and I was amazed. And I went back and told my wife about it. I'll be honest with you, Renee. Listen, I never met anyone that, and this is, I'm not going to tell you a story. I never met anyone that owned oil wells, you know. So I was kind of flabbergasted by that, you know. But you have an awesome story, and I know that our panel is going to love you, and we're going to love you. And just talking to you, the oil well was one thing, but the rest of it is amazing. It's amazing. We have a new guest here tonight, panel. Her name's Renee Goodwin, and we are honored and blessed to have you here tonight with us on our show. Let your voice be heard. It's so you know the panel and the people on Let Your Voice Be Heard, they may ask you anything. I don't know. we try to get to, we try to get to the stuff you don't want to talk about. So we want to, I'm sure that anything that we asked you that you can answer. And I thank you for being here. I am going to turn it over to you in 1 second. I'm just going to tell a little bit about what I know. That when we talked about it, you told me that you believed in education. That's one of the big things for you is education. You believed in education, and you told me that you went to Catholic schools. And you wanted to be a veterinarian. That didn't happen. You were a teacher. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, a panel, I'm going to introduce and turn it over to Miss Renee Goodwin, and we'll interact with what your story is. I know I'm starting at a point in your life that I know for a fact we're skipping a whole lot of stuff. We like to start from the childhood and all of that, but we're starting here right now. But we will get to your childhood. We're going to get to that as well. We want to hear from the beginning. But the floor is yours, Ms. Renee. This is your floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here, and I am ready to answer any questions. Because, like I say, when I go talk with the children that are like 4 years old to 5th grade, 10 years old, I mean, they can come up with some very thought-provoking questions. And so, yes, I've been there, done it. So, the Lord helps me find answers.
Yes.
But to tell everyone a little bit about me, to get the conversations going, my name is Renee Goodwin. I was born in Houston. We found out Claude and I were both born at Herman Hospital in Houston, Texas. I'm just a tad older, but that's all right. We're not going to talk about that.
How you know that? Oh, you did say that.
Yeah. But we're right in there at the same.
Right there. Yeah.
Same, and come a long way from there. Yes, I do believe in education. I think that's why I am where I am today. My parents bent over backwards, went to the extremes all those years ago to make sure my siblings and I had a great education. And this is my way to give back all the work, my experiences I've been involved with, and then now to encourage others to make sure they do get an education. No, whether it's in a high school, university, technical training, it's all very important. And I believe also that you can learn something every day. And I learned from my 2-year-old grandson these days. So definitely there's something to learn every day. And but I was raised in Catholic schools. And then I went on to received my secondary education from Texas A&M University. I was a degree in teaching, math, and chemistry. I've always liked the sciences. I know people ask me, Renee, can you ever do anything easy or not difficult? And I was like, you know what? I don't. For some reason, I always go the hard way. Don't ask me why, because before I know it, I went back to school and got my petroleum engineering degree from Texas A&M University, and I find myself as Cloyd was talking about, the first offshore woman drilling engineer supervisor for British Petroleum back in the day in the Gulf of Mexico. So yes, that was not an easy thing to do. Luckily, I was young and didn't really know what I was undertaking, but thank goodness I was the boss, and I knew that Texas A&M University trained me to be the best engineer I could ever be, and I knew that I knew how to handle it, and so people may ask, well, how did you work that? And when I got out there, they knew how to all the hands-on, like throw the tongs, put the weight on the bit, the mud, this and that, and I knew from a book learning standpoint why they did what they did. And so they would show me how to do the hands-on, and then I would explain to them, well, da 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 da, and that worked. And we became, we respected each other for whatever each other work or job description was. But then that made it happen, and they didn't. Yes, they were like 70 men, and I was only one woman, but we didn't let that get in the way of the work that had to be done, because it's serious work. It's dangerous work out there, and it's not something you mess around with, for sure.
Wow. And let me ask you a question real quick, because you're speaking of something that on previous shows that we have a guest, excuse me, that she's an advocate for women, for I think older women in their careers, right? She's an advocate for women that are not treated equal as men, like men on the job would receive a promotion before her, even though she was still more qualified than they were or able to do the job. Did you encounter any of that? You said you were the boss, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is a woman that, bam, she didn't go through that. Did you encounter that?
You're right. I was the boss out on the rig, representing British Petroleum, who was actually drilling the well. Mm-hmm. But in the workplace at British Petroleum, it was very few women engineers back in the day, and no, I don't want to toot my horn, but at the same time,
toot your horn.
Okay, I'll toot my horn, because what happened was I knew I had to think on my toes every second of every day, and luckily the Lord blessed me with a lot of intelligence, and I could put forth, and so I kind of ran rings around all those guys, and they didn't, so either they kept up with me, so they didn't look bad, or they tried to come around my back to try to, put me down. Mm-hmm. It was a fight every day, and unfortunately I think it still is.
You overcame.
But yes, I started my own oil company.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see them doing that, but I did.
Yes.
I ran TP exploration for 30 years. So what I did is I used the platform at British Petroleum. I learned offshore drilling and production, and then I moved to onshore drilling and production, and then I worked in reservoir, and then that's all the components you need to actually um, have an oil and gas corporation, but at the same time to be able to run it. So I studied at night and got my master's in business administration. And so I then had the business tools to then put with the engineering tools. And that all worked for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Now we got you. So you own these oil wells, these oil companies, and you and I spoke a little bit. We talked for a minute, and you told me. I'm gonna jump a little bit. You told me about you being a children author.
Yeah, so I am.
Books you got.
I know. So I go from offshore engineering and running my own oil company for all those years, and then I became a children's book author. So go figure. I have it in me where I cannot not teach. I have to teach, and these children's books are a great way to teach, especially young children. Mm-hmm. My father always said that a child actually learns their character, their values, their integrity by the age of 5. And then they take that forward in life. And I've always kept that in my mind. So I want to teach. I want to make sure that children have a great foundation. And I want to make sure that learning is fun. Mm-hmm. And so my children's books, Gigi's Life Lesson Storybooks, I think do that. And the books are written are spoken from the voice of Gigi, who's actually my puppy. And although she's a big puppy, but she stays a big puppy in the books, although in real life she's 8 years old now. And then her best friend Leo, who's also a big puppy, he's mine as well. And so I watch them at home, and Gigi has been my inspiration, and the Lord has been my divine inspiration. And we have written we've written many stories. I've published 6 so far, and I get replies back from my friends when they read the books to their children, and it's just so rewarding to hear them relate to Gigi and what she's talking about. And one of the books, the first book, is my favorite book, is Gigi Cleans House, Learning Teamwork. So every book has a lesson they learn, and also those vocabulary words at the end of the book, and the teachers really love that because then they can add another activity to help the children. And the next book was Gigi Meets Her Match, Becoming Forever Friends. And teachers also enjoy that book because you can take that with the older kids like 4th and 5th grade and talk about friendships and maybe bullying and how to, balance those kind of things in their life. And I have a book, Gigi Ask, Is Jesus in Your Class?
That's my favorite.
Yes. And that book is based on a conversation that my father had with my nephew years ago, and I just kept it in my mind. But my father was telling my nephew all of the wonderful things that Jesus does for us, and it went on, and finally my nephew was about 5 years old, and he says, "But Papa," he says, "Jesus is not in my class," and he thought that Jesus was supposed to be one of his friends. Excuse me.
He's the only friend.
So in this book, the children are able to learn about the Holy Bible and all the wonderful things that Jesus does for us, and is always there for us. And they have like a little Bible study, and Gigi invites all of her friends over. And my books are great read aloud stories, and actually I always say that they are great for children, infants, all the way to fifth grade, about 10 years old in elementary school.
And how do we get these books?
Yeah, so they are available worldwide. However you purchase your books, and also on my
Amazon.
website, I have a website called GG. It's just the two letters, ggstorybooks.com. So that's ggstorybooks.com, and you can order the books. And if you go to my website, it's a special treat because I autograph the books, and so do Gigi and Leo. They always autograph the books with their original paw prints. I made a little stamp out of it, and they get to sign the books, and then I can mail them to you.
Oh, okay. I have some questions here. I see their hands up. So I'm gonna take some questions. Lazaro. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? You actually said my name right first.
Oh, I did?
That's actually the correct way to say my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, hi, Renee.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you. I love your set. It's so beautiful. You got the little banners and stuff like that.
Yes. I try to. That's the covers of my books, and so I've learned. My sister is optometrist, and so she taught me a long time ago. Children respond to the prime colors, so you always want to make your books like red, green, blues, yellows. So I try to do that with Gigi's books.
Makes sense.
Oh, and are you the illustrator of the book, or did you find that?
What I've done with my books is I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years. And it's kind of before the AI takeover and that kind of thing, but since the illustrators for children's books, and so I use real life photos of Gigi and Leo and whatever they're doing, and then we use graphic design software to trace them and put them into the books.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who's done teaching in the past, I've done it for about 2 years. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your contributions. Those children books, they really do help in so many ways, and the kids, they get really attached to the different characters, especially if you make them into a series like you've done. And so I just had to.
Thank you so much for saying that. Yes, with my Gigi books, every book usually has like another a phrase or something that Gigi or I'm the character in the book also, and so we'll say, Gigi, you're so funny, or Gigi, you're so funny, and so kids, after they hear the book,
they'll start saying it.
They'll walk around and say, Gigi, you're so funny.
Yes.
And the other day, my friend told me that her granddaughter ran and got her mother's pink rubber gloves because she was ready to do teamwork like Gigi. And, those kind of little stories are just so fun to hear that children have related to Gigi and want to do the fun things.
Okay, awesome. And so my last question for you is, do you have anything upcoming? Like, are you working on any new books, or are you kind of just chilling for now?
Oh, no, I never chill. That's not in my vocabulary, actually. I'm always busy doing something. The day I started writing, the Lord sent me all of these wonderful stories, and a friend of mine just told me about one of her dogs, and so a title will come to my mind, and then I see the story. And the way I write the books is I see the story and I write them all down, and then over in the comment section I kind of describe what the photo, the picture should look like, and that's how the books come to be. But I have about 30 stories already written, like I said, 6 published. But I just think all of these stories would be great episodes for animated TV series. And so, to answer your question, that is my next focus, or my present focus. We are going to get Gigi animated one way or the other. And my thing is, in this season of my life, like we were talking about childhood, I always have felt like I've been an adult. And my Gigi storybooks allow me to be the child that I know is inside me, just never got to be.
Okay.
And I can dream. I didn't realize that I really have not been able to dream. Like I say, I just, because I've always just been responsible about this or that or whatever. And so with my Gigi stories, though, I can dream that I see Gigi being one of those huge balloons in the Macy's Day Parade. I know she can do it.
Okay.
You know, with her best friend Leo right there beside her. I mean, I can see this, and I know it can happen.
It can happen.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to be buying all your books, to prepare for the Gigi TV show.
Oh, yes, you don't want to be behind. That's for sure.
Right. Of course not. No.
Right. We're gonna put it out there first and let your voice be heard. Veronica, you got to unmute.
Hi.
I'm unmuted.
You're unmuted.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
I just
Great
want
to see you.
to say thank you. I got your books. I love that you signed them. It's so nice, and I received a nice little card in it. It was so sweet. I love that you do that. I'm sure you do it for everybody, but it makes you feel so special. I'm going to package them and give them to my niece, who's like 2 years old.
You're breaking up.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the compliment. I'm glad you received them, and I can't wait to hear how your niece likes them. I hope she loves them.
Me too. I'm excited. You said TV. I'm so excited. Tunes are like so the people. So I'm excited to see what you come up with.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
I said I'm excited to see what you come up with for visuals for a TV show, like a cartoon.
Oh yes, I mean absolutely, I'm on board.
Listen, but first of all, tell the panel what kind of dogs Gigi is.
Oh yes. So Gigi and Leo are Italian Mastiffs. Their official name is Cane Corso.
Wow,
and,
these are huge dogs.
Yes. So Leo weighs about 140 pounds, and his head is about out to here compared to mine.
Wow.
And Gigi, I have a book called Gigi is more muscle, less fat, I think, or something like that, because and it teaches to exercise and eat healthy. And she's gained a little weight over the years, but
what's she weigh?
She weighs about 130. We don't talk about it much though, but anyway. But I just get the biggest kick out of her. I don't know if other people, they just bring such joy to me. I just can't, it's just like my grandson gives me so much joy, and Gigi and Leo just make me smile and laugh and feel so warm inside, and that's what I enjoy, and that's why I think the stories just kind of flow out of me, and I just want to teach the goodness.
The stories flow out of you. I'm going to say this, that the oil business, and as you wanted to be a veterinarian and those things, all the way to the oil business, to when you outdid the man and all of that, was your plan. That was your plan. I'm going to beat these guys. That was your plan. I'm going to beat these guys. I'm going to be better than them, and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to do this. That was your plan. Gigi in these books is your purpose. That's your purpose. Because look at how much joy it brings you. Look at the look on your face when you're talking about this stuff is illuminating. So I want to say that's your purpose. That's your purpose. And all of those floats you see and the cartoons Veronica's talking about, all of that stuff is going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's going to happen for you. I just need to say that. But I see Karen has something in the chat here. Karen has, let me see. Wait a minute. Okay. Do you speak to children about Gigi at the schools, Sunday school, and library?
Oh, yes. I right now the books are going to the American Association of Librarians in Chicago, and it's a huge venue, and I do hope that that the librarians see my books and get them in as many libraries as possible. I go to the libraries and I read to the children, and schools will invite me to come. And usually, like I say, the audience is about 5-year-old, like 5-year-old kindergarten to 5th grade. And then they'll have an open mic session. I'll read aloud Gigi Clean's House, and then but at the same time, I try to teach them how to put a book together, like from the illustrations, or like talk about the title page, copyrights, that kind of thing. But the other day, a friend invited me to come speak at their school, and all of a sudden, I see the 1-year-olds come in, and then the 2-year-olds come in, and then the 3-year-olds come in. I'm like, oh my goodness, are we going to get through this? Boy, I was reading fast, and Gigi, boy, she was cleaning house, learning teamwork as fast as I could go. Because one part of the book talks about vacuuming. Boy, we were vacuuming, but so yes, I do enjoy going to see the children, and there's a lot of authors out there and a lot of children's books out there. It's a tough market, that's for sure. So I try to have a niche. You have to have a niche. I mean, I didn't know I had to have a niche when I started writing, but I'm glad that I do. As far as Gigi being the character, and then also the vocabulary words and teaching tools.
Thank you. I see Karen, you have your hand up. You have to unmute.
Well, I'm going to say your niche is your passion. Yes, there are a lot of authors out there, but I've never seen someone with a passion about Gigi the way that you do. You are very passionate. And, I go to the library a lot. I'm a book nerd, and I've met a lot of authors, and, they talk about their books and stuff like that. But just from these few minutes of hearing you talk about Gigi, I've never seen anything like that. So keep it up. You're doing amazing. And I'm sure Gigi is going to be on TV, in the movies, and everything else. If Gigi has you behind him, Gigi's going to do well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the encouragement. I tell you, sometimes you think, oh, Renee, what are you doing? But so thank you so much for your kind words. And yes, I just can't keep it in. I just have to, express it to everyone. I'm so glad I have this platform. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Floyd, to allow me to come talk to everyone. It's so much fun. It's a big thrill for me.
Yes, thank you so much for being here, for blessing us with your presence. Contrary to what most people think, I'm not kindergarten to 5th grade. Okay, contrary to what most people think, but I'm going to buy the book myself because I want to read about Gigi.
Well, that's the thing. It's so funny you mentioned that because I wrote them, right? And then I go back and I read them. I think, oh wow, this is a good book, and then and then I'll read it, and I laugh every time I read it. I
Right.
get so thrilled about it. I don't
Right. I
know.
want to read
But
about Gigi. I'm going to get your books. I'm going to
yeah,
get them. But now
okay.
you've written 6 of those children's books, and as we talk, you told me you've written 3 novels. Tell us
Yeah.
about those.
Yeah, so my novels, sometimes when I get something in my head, I just have to write about it to get it out of my head. And my novels are actually, if you know me,
Uh-huh.
they are based on real life instances. I think that they're considered probably romance oh, I don't know if they're not rom coms, but they're romance, I guess. And one is about a couple that meet early on, but then for reasons they just use different names, and
Wait
then
a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
okay.
Wait. You ain't gonna get away that easy. Are these now fictional novels, or are you telling something that you went that says it's just about you? Come on, you can tell us. Let your voice be heard. We're gonna get to the bottom of
Well, yes, it's about me,
Okay.
but
Okay.
well, it's fiction, nonfiction. It depends how you look
Okay.
at it. You know what I mean?
Explain that to me now.
Okay,
Fiction, but
well,
non-fiction. Okay.
it talks about relationships that I have had within my life,
Okay.
but this fictional character carries it out. But it
Based
also
on a true
talks
story.
about, yes. It also talks about things that have been important to me in my life. And one of the
Okay.
stories, the young girl is raised by her grandparents. And when I was growing up, and I think still today, it takes a village to raise the children. And when I was speaking to you about getting to the Catholic schools, well, how I got to the Catholic school was my father was already off to work. My mother was off to work. My older sister and I would walk across the yard. Thank goodness my grandparents lived next door. They would feed us breakfast, and then my grandfather was working in construction down in Houston. They were building all those refineries back in the day. And so he'd take us to my other grandparents' house. She would make our lunch, and then my sister and I would walk on to Catholic school, and then we'd reverse that process to get home. So, but anyway, so one of the books is about this girl that's raised by her grandparents, and then a lot of the books I love to be a cowgirl. Like I was talking to you about being a veterinarian. I've always been around animals. I rode horses since I was young, very young, and so there's always some kind of rodeo or cowboy, and the story that probably didn't go quite the right direction that the heroine needed him to go. You know what I'm saying? And and let's see,
I knew it. I knew it.
yeah. And then the last book I wrote is called "Big Girls Don't Cry Until They Do." Yes, and that one is the engineering days. That one is about those hard roads. You're trying to, when sometimes when you're smarter than the guy, it doesn't go over quite well. And I'm not good at playing dumb. Just to have a relationship. That may sound kind of catty, but but that's the way that book is, what that book is about. And
I knew it, man. I knew it. I love this show. This is why I love the show. We get to the bottom of things. I knew this book was not. No, it was not just a fictional book. This is based on a true story.
right.
And when you said it's romance, and okay, I got you. I know it's your story. It's your story all wrapped up in characters and stuff.
It is, and the other book is "A Love, a Life Forgone," and
What is
that's
it? Say it
really,
again.
it's called "A Love, a Life Forgone," and in that is similar to a young girl they meet each other, but they're under different names, and then they end up never being able to find each other again, and they go 30-40 years living their lives, and then they're then widowers in their own right, and they come back around, and because of photography was the key thing. And
how long you been with him now?
What? Well, that I can't talk about that one, because well, the major part of before the widower part, okay, that would be my life today, I guess. But but then she puts together like a coffee table photography book, and it has the pictures of where they had first met, and he sees that book and realizes, oh, that was her, even though she had a different name. So that was kind of fun, because we always laugh about my name because it's a hyphen name, because I established my company before I was married, so I always used my maiden name. So when I got married, I just hyphened on that other part. And but now as an author, I just go with Renee Goodwin. It makes it a little more simple, but it's kind of a fun family joke, I guess.
So listen. I'm gonna know everything about you, because I'm gonna get them books. I'm gonna read all 3 of them novels.
Oh yes,
I know your life story.
Yes, you'll find me in those characters for sure.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Listen, like Pete said, so you're not planning on writing any more books. That's not near future. You're going a little deeper now. You want to go into some cartoons or some animated stuff for Gigi.
Yes,
that's your plan now.
Yes, I will write more books. That's for sure. Oh, I have more stories already written, and I will keep publishing. I love to publish, and I have new authors coming to me, and so I'm helping publish their books.
Wow,
because there's a lot of pitfalls in publishing, and I'm happy that I can help others not kind of go through some of the things that I've had to deal with in the publishing world. But I do think that I've been watching, like my grandson, some of the cartoons or educational shows that he watches, and I can just see Gigi. I can just see her.
Right.
I can just see her.
Right, and we support everything that you're talking about and everything that you're doing. So if there's anything that we hear and let your voice be heard, talk radio, anything we can do to help to boost Gigi up and to get your animation thing going, by all means, let us know, because we all in. We love Gigi already. We ain't even really met her or him, but we love her already. So we're gonna support that.
Thank you. Yeah, when you read the stories, she does all of the things that are in the stories, and also what's special about the books is that I dedicate them to someone special, whether it's about teamwork or friendship. And one of the books is about practicing health safety. And my father was a physician for many years, and so he's passed, but I dedicated that book to him. And then Gigi works the honeybees, helping nature. That is my husband and my sons have always been beekeepers, and so it teaches children in a simplistic way how the special thing that bees are very sophisticated creatures, and it kind of teaches them children to respect why we have honey on our table. And Gigi but there's always like a funny thing in the book, and so Gigi tries to put on her bee suit, with her little helmet, and it's not that easy, she finds out. And so this is the cover. I don't know if you can see Gigi with her her bee suit on. And then Gigi set sail, seeing the beauty of the world, because Gigi just thought that her backyard was the greatest thing ever, and she didn't know there's a big world out there. And then we meet Captain Bob, who is a family friend of ours who has sailed the world, and so I dedicated that book to him. And Gigi gets out there, and she just can't believe all of the wonderful things she can see from the sailboat. But she had to learn to put on her flotation device, and that wasn't quite easy for her. But so those little things, children really get a kick out of watching Gigi try to do these funny things. And when she really does them in real life, so that even makes them more funny for me.
So you have Gigi there with you?
Yes, I'm at my office right now.
Oh, you're at the office. I was going to tell you, let us see Gigi, man.
Well, yes, I would let you see Gigi, and that's why I came to my office, because I wasn't sure if Gigi would voice her opinion during the show. And I was also Leo. When I get on a Zoom call, it's kind of interesting, but Leo gives me about 50 minutes. He can't quite make a whole hour show. And he starts letting me know that it's time for me to shut down the computer and go pay him some attention. So I thought this was my safety zone up here at my office.
So you left Gigi and what's the other one, Leo?
Leo. Mm-hmm. And I always start the books, because I don't know what book people have or don't have, so I always start the book. Hi, my name is Gorgeous Cecilia. That's her legal name, but everyone calls me Gigi, and she talks about living in her happy home with her, my Mr. and Mrs. G, and they go from there.
I'm having so much fun with this. Listen, I love these shows, man. I love these shows. I'm excited every time I got to do one. Is there anyone on the panel that has anything that they would like to add? Anything they want to ask about Gigi? Anybody have anything? Or you guys going to buy the book? I need you to buy the book. I need everybody to buy the book. That's what I need. I need you to buy the book, and we're gonna read it together. We're gonna come on here and read about Gigi. And you guys, I'm buying 3 books. I'm buying Gigi's books, and I'm buying the 3 novels, because the 3 novels are going to tell me a lot of what I need to know. Karen, I see you have your hand up.
Yes.
I'm buying I'm gonna get the Gigi books for my grandchildren. However, I'm buying the novels. I gotta read those novels. I have to read those. I'm sure about the photography, and that just reminds me of this movie with what was his name? It was like an old 1950s movie, and it reminds me of that. And they had to meet at the Empire State Building, that book, what you're describing, kind of reminds me of that. So I'm going to get back to you with my opinion about that book after I read that book.
Please do. I'd love to hear, because also the second book I wrote, Living Past Shadows, that was when I was telling you the girl kind of was raised by her grandparents. But I made it a little different. I personified a truck, and the truck's name is Roy, R-O-Y. And so the truck knows what, the girl's name is Jody, and the truck knows what Jody needs to do, but she's kind of running away from some past things, trying to start a new life. But every other chapter, the truck is talking. So it's kind of an interesting read, I think. And please let me know.
Okay, so the novels, are these books on Amazon or?
Yes, everything's on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever you purchase your books.
I have a Barnes & Noble account, Amazon account. I will be buying those books.
Thank you. And the novels are on my website too, if you like to.
Someone, I think Project Firm they just purchased all of Gigi's books. It just purchased all of Gigi storybooks. Yeah, and they just posted. They didn't say that. They just posted the payment. They been
Oh,
posted the
okay.
payment. $114.53. Gigi storybooks.
Yes, so they are in hardcover and paperback. So and then they can be they're ebooks also. So I see like if moms are trying to drive to school, and then you can have the ebook, and then also Gigi. I was listening to some others talk earlier, and Gigi Cleans House. I made it an audiobook. I wanted to have the experience of the audiobook, how you do it, and
Uh-huh.
and so she's an audiobook too, but it's fun. So
Veronica.
my website is the letters GG
Uh-huh.
Storybooks. That's plural. GGStorybooks.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have my publishing website is GoodwinGlobalPublishing.com. So those are my two websites.
Veronica said that she just told everybody to get your books on your website. She signs them.
Oh yes,
She
yes. So
signs them.
I sent Veronica a set, and I was signing some books today, and that's another thing. I was named the International Children's Author of the Year, and so I was able to go to London recently and do a book signing there, and at their big London book fair. And the greatest thing about that is there were people represented from countries around the world. And they were coming up to me, and I was giving them Gigi Clean's House. And I knew that that book was going back to all these different countries and to be shared with all these children. And you talk about a rewarding feeling that to know that those children were going to get to read about Gigi. That was it. I was just so elated and so thankful and humbled that I was able to have that experience to give those books out to children.
Well, I'm not excited because I want my books, Gigi book, signed too.
Okay.
I want my book signed too. What am I, chopped liver? I want my book signed.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the world. I got my Gigi books and they're signed.
Well, thank you. I know
And the novels.
they are special.
Yes, and the 3 novels. I want them signed too. I want those signed too. The 3 novels. Those are going to be very interesting. Is there anyone else who has anything they would like to add or ask Renee? Because Renee, the next time we have you on here, Renee, we're going to go in reverse a little bit. We're going to do a little reverse thing. What I mean by that is we're going to start your life from the beginning. How did you get to this? How did you work your way up to all of this? We're going to get to that next time you're here with us on Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio, which I'm sure, I know that Tony has plans for you. I've heard about them all already. So you will be back with us again soon, I'm told. So, but before then, before that happens, I'm going to get my Gigi books, and I'm going to get my books signed.
Yes. I think you'll enjoy them, and I would love to. I just kind of gave like a whoop, fast forward from childhood to now.
Yes, I know. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because I know there's more to the story. You see, there's more to the story. You see how I dug in that just a little bit. Your 3 books. How I got you to come out and say, yeah, okay, yeah, it is about me.
Yes.
They're not they're fictional. They're fictional, but they're real though. So that's really good. I really enjoyed you being here. I enjoyed you, and I can't wait Um, Karen says she's jealous. What are you jealous about? What are you jealous about, Karen?
I'm jealous that someone got all the books already and put a picture up.
Oh,
I think it was Veronica. She
Yeah.
has she has all these books. She just showed all the pictures of all the books, and I'm jealous.
great. Well, I'm anxious to hear how you like them, and because I think the novels would make great movies too. But that's another story.
We're gonna get to that. If we can assist you with that, yes, let your voice be heard. Talk radio. We here for you. We here for you. We supporting Gigi. We supporting Gigi. Not just tonight. We supporting Gigi all the way. We're not gonna stop until we see Gigi on the big screen because that is your purpose. It is. It's your purpose and your passion, and it's not hard to tell. So when you have passion, that's one thing. When you have purpose, that's something else. The purpose will be done.
Because I talk about education, I talk about experience, and then I talk about encouragement. So the 3 E's I mentioned, and that's kind of how my life has gone from my education through my experiences, and now I hope that I encourage others to fulfill their life and make sure that, and I know education got me, like I say, where I am today, and I'm just that is my passion, to make sure that we learn as much as we can.
Yes. Well, panel, ladies and gentlemen, it is such a blessing and an honor to have you guys and to see you guys again. As you know, we always have an awesome time. We always have fun here on Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio. We have so many interesting, wonderful, amazing guests. We want to thank you, Renee. It's such an honor and a blessing to have you and Gigi and all your books here. We're going to support you, and we're going to push your books, man. We're going to purchase them. And when I purchase your books, I don't just purchase them. I'm going to read them. Yeah. So I'm going to read all about Gigi and about your novels, and we're going to see you next time on Let Your Voice Be Heard. I thank you guys. I love all you guys. You guys are amazing, and I love you. And I'll see you next time. It's your boy now.
Step in, lean in, mic on, and begin. Hey!
Okay, Bernadette.
Been quiet too long.
See you. Tongue. Yeah.
Turn down songs, clock keeps ticking on the wall. But your name's still missing from the roll call. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word. From the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you. A truth tucked deep in your chest, heartbeat tapping out, say it, confess. Crowd might stare, let them do what they do. They never held a fire living in you. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word. From the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you. Name your dream out loud. Stand up, you're the leader of this crowd. One spark, one shout. Watch the silence melt. That power in your mouth is the truest thing you felt. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word. From the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you. Yeah, that's you. Lean in, mic off, never again.
Is your boy now?
Recording stopped.